Hey guys, it's day 29 of the New Testament in 90 days. Today we get to cover John chapters 18 and 19. In this section, Jesus is arrested and crucified. And there was one little section, what is it? It's 2 or 3 verses that I just thought was so insightful. I want to share it with you. So this is when Jesus gets arrested. So remember, Judas, one of his closest disciples, betrays Jesus. He goes to the people who want to arrest him, is basically like, I will get you like an opportunity to get Jesus. And so it's the middle of the night. Judas knows exactly where Jesus is, and he goes and he gets this group of soldiers and brings them to him. And this is the section that I thought was so good. I want to share it with you. It says, so this is John 18, starting in verse 4. It says, Jesus fully realized all that was going to happen to him, so he stepped forward to meet them. Who are you looking for? He asked. Jesus the Nazarene, they replied. I am he, Jesus said. As Jesus said, I am he, they all drew back and fell to the ground. Once more he asked them, who are you looking for? Okay, here's the first thing that I think is incredible about this. Number one, we don't know what it sounded like, with what type of inflection he said, I am he. But whatever happened, there was a physical response that these soldiers couldn't avoid. They fell to the ground when he said, I am he. And it reminds me of another verse that we find in the Bible. We haven't covered this yet in our New Testament in 90 days, but in Philippians, so it's another book later on, Philippians chapter 2, verse 10, it talks about Jesus. It says, at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And it just reminded me of the fact that someday, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, everyone will bow to Jesus. And so this is an illustration of that exact fact, that they could not contain it. They had to bow. So that was one of the things. The other thing that I think is really interesting is that, and I don't know if we've covered this at all up to this point, but there were many times in Jesus's ministry where he was out preaching in broad daylight, and people tried to arrest him or, take him, and they couldn't. He kept eluding their attacks, if you will. He kept getting away, and that was in broad daylight. This is the dead of night. If he wanted to get away, he could have gotten away easily. It says, just before the section that I already read, it says that they came with torches, lanterns, and weapons. So it was dark, and he could have gotten away, but he didn't. He went willingly. This would have been the perfect time for him to avoid arrest, but he didn't. He stepped forward to meet them and said, who are you looking for? Jesus knew who they were looking for, and he went willingly. And so I thought that was really, really interesting. I wanted to share that with you guys today. And so that's it. That's it for today. It's a short section. So at this point, Jesus has been arrested. Later on in John 19, he is crucified and he's dead. And that's where we end today. If you have any questions about what I shared with you today, I would love it for you to either leave a comment or shoot me a message so that we can chat more. And if I don't hear from you today, I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.